Think for yourself. Sit down and think on any aspect. You are a footballer, you are a doctor, you are a teacher, you are a cook. Just think of these six things and see these three are the only things that you can improve. The other things are fixed. They are not variables. Then he says, what kind of person has good jnanam? Jnanam is the first thing, the knowledge of the subject or understanding of the subject or the vision or the comprehension of the subject is jnanam. So now what is the sarvabhuteshu yenaikam bhavam avyayagmaki ikshate avibhaktam vibhakteshu tadjnanam vidhi satvikam. Satvik people, again 3 types means satvik, tamsik, rajasik. That's why we had the first preparatory course in Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga, that these are the 3 things. Then because this is going to come again and again. Now he says sarvabhuteshu yenaikam bhavam avyayam ikshate. The one who sees oneness in all. One who has that knowledge, that understanding, that comprehension, that all is one. Avibhaktam vibhakteshu. He sees the undivided in all divided things. The indivisible, immutable one in all divided things. The one who sees, his knowledge is sattvic knowledge. So this is straight away in the higher spirituality he is going. What he says, among all that which looks divided and different, he sees only the oneness of everything. Such a person has sattvic knowledge. Like you are a bhajan group people. Individually you think I am a bhajan singer, but as a group, you are all bhajan singers. That is your unity. So how will you look at each other? We are all bhajan singers. We are united by one reason. What is that? Bhajan singing. But no. What about the other students behind in the auditorium? We are all students of these institutions. So again, there is one more reason why you can be seeing each other as united. We are students of these institutions. So what, we are in this campus or that campus. So what, we are girls or boys. So what, if we are in this class or that class, we are united by one idea that we are all students of this institution. But what about the students of other institutions which are not a part of us? We are all students. Students, we are knowledge seekers, vidyarthis. So we are again one. Our seeking is one of knowledge. So we are one. But we are all students of this Karnataka. What about the students of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana and things like that? Oh, we are all part of one country. So we are all one. What about other countries? We are all part of one world. Therefore we are one. So he will or she will always find a reason to see oneness. And expand one's vision and not narrow, I, me, mine. They'll expand, we, ours. And every time they'll find a reason why we can think we are all equal or why we are all united. They'll find reasons like this. That is a very practical, physical level. But at the highest spiritual level, you see oneness of divinity in all. Eko vashi sarvabhutantaratma ekam rupam bahudha yat karoti. There is only one who is the Lord of everything and divides itself into many. Tamatmastam yena anupashyanti dhira tesham sukham shashvatam netaresham. Such a person will always be happy because he won't find differences. Dog in the room, no, full of mirrors, you remember? It thinks all are the different dogs and bugs. So one who sees oneness will have no problem at all. So that's a person's knowledge is sattvic knowledge, he says. He works not because he wants to benefit. He works because everybody is one and whatever he does should benefit everybody. So this is the idea of sattvic people. So his action, how will the action be influenced is why I am talking. One who has oneness as a knowledge, his action will be different from the one who is selfish and who thinks everybody is different. Religions are like that. So Advaita, Sanatana Dharma, all is one. Other dharmas, many, okay, there are various dharmas, they have their own path. We will leave it at that. Then some people, our dharma, our God, our way only is the right way. They're the most narrow-minded. Krishna will tell about them also. Then he says, Pratak tvenu tu yadgyanam nana bhavan pratak vidan vetti sarveshu bhuteshu tadgyanam vidhi rajasam. This is sattvic buddhi. So what should be the rajasi buddhi? He sees different things as different. Why he sees different things as different? Because his vision is only limited to that extent. He can't see the purer divine self in all. Or a reason for finding how can we be united. He only finds reason to know how can we be divided. They will have no reason to see oneness at physical level, at societal level, at a global level or at spiritual level. They can't see that oneness. They'll always find reasons to see things as different from each other, instigate and pit each person against the other for their selfish gains. Third is, Yattu Krishnavat ekasmin akarye saktam haitukam. He says those who have decided this is the only thing, this is the one thing only. What I know is all that it is. Ahaitukam, there is no logic in what they are saying. But somehow they stuck to that idea that this is what I know is the truth and there is nothing more than that. They're not willing to listen to anybody, not willing to improve, change, learn their knowledge. I know this is how the bhajan should be sung. I am the best bhajan singer, singing the same bhajan for 20 years, all wrong. But nobody can tell me that you have to change this. They stuck to that idea. They know everything. Nobody needs to tell them. Such kind of people, you can't improve. The one who thinks he knows everything, what can you teach him? So these people, tamasic people are like that. Atattvartham means there is no logic in what they say. If there is a logic, you can sit down and argue it out and slowly show them that where their fault is. Their understanding of the bhajan is wrong. Hriday mandir mein mat jao, they are singing. Hriday mandir se mat jao, it is. No, I have been singing for 20 years. Precisely that is how your Hriday mandir is still empty. No God resides in your heart. You can't teach them. They'll say, I have been singing, what do you know? I've been here the senior most. You can't teach them anything. So they are full of themselves. So those are tamasic. And alpam, their understanding is very narrow. These are narrow-minded people, they cannot be changed. So their knowledge cannot be improved. So their knowledge cannot be improved, so their actions cannot be improved. See, ultimately what we are discussing here, actions. What are the factors that can be improved? One is knowledge, jnanam can be improved. Second is karta can be improved, the doership part of it can be improved, right? So he's now going to come, he's finished the jnanam part of it. The second is karma and then karta. These are the two things that can be improved. The way you perform the action, the process of it, and the attitude, the doership or whatever attitude you have as a doer, that can be improved. These are the two things. So jnanam you understood, I know everything, nobody needs to teach me anything, tamasic. Then somebody says, I know there are many people, there are different ways of singing, I'm okay with that, let them sing their way, I will sing my way, rajasic. Third one, as long as they're singing Shruti, as long as everything is right, let them also sing. If I am singing wrong, please teach me how to sing it right. They have that humility to learn. So their actions will improve. They have no problem. Then we come to the karma. Niyatam sangarahitam aragadveshatah kritam aphala prepsuna karma yat satvikam uchyate. Now he talks about sattvic karmas. What is sattvic karma? Niyatam. Whatever your prescribed duties are there, you do that duty. You're not doing a favor to anybody and don't even expect anything from anyone. It's a part of your duty God has given you. If you are a teacher, you are teaching. There was a story in Maharashtra, there was a saint who was a butcher. And everybody said, you're a butcher. How could you be a godly person? But the Samartha Ramdas sends one of his disciples. My greatest devotee is there, one butcher. He goes to a butcher's shop, all stinking and dirty, meat hanging here and there, leftovers, dogs eating, flies. But he asked the butcher, are you that person that Ramadhan? Oh, yes, he sent you. What did you send you for? He told me to give some Atma Jnana from you. Wait, I have some duties to do, I will come back. He goes inside, changes his clothes, washes himself, serves his parents, finishes all the duty, then comes back and talks about Brahma Jnana. And he says, you know everything, then why you are doing this silly job? He said, who said it's a silly job? This is all I know. This is my family tradition, this is family work. I have been doing this as a part of my duty towards my parents. This is what feeds us. How does it matter, he says. So that is the attitude of these people. Though they do karma, this is a niyata karma. I'm born, I'm doing like this is what I know, but no ego, no doership, no attachment. So he says, Sangarahitam, no attachment. This has to be done this way only. Another way, if anybody does, that's it. Some people are there, they'll keep a chair or a flower pot like this. Somebody else comes and moves it even 1 inch this side, that's it. They'll blow their top off, give it back exactly the way it was. They're very particular about these things, but these people are not. Asanga. They don't have sangha like this. Ragadvesha. They don't have attachments towards things or hatred towards other things. That's why I say, if I see in their department and say, till yesterday you were handling this, can you handle this from tomorrow? Of course, yes, because there is a need for it. So what if it's not up to my qualifications or whatever? You're okay with it. Why? Because they know no raga desha. So these people are these are the actions which are good actions. Aphala prepsuna karma, no desire for the results of the action. Results means it will be successful or fail, it will go wrong, I do not know. I just know how to do the action, I must do the action because it's my duty to do the action. Whether the other side, people respond to it, they appreciate, not appreciate, I fail, I succeed, all that is daiva iti nishchati. All that is decided by God. I do not want to bother about it. So these are the people who are actions are sattvic. These karmas are sattvic. What are the things? One, Niyatam, they think this is my duty, so I must do it. There is nothing that I am doing a favor to anybody. 2, Sangarahitam, they don't have attachment to the way it's being done and they're not willing to change, nothing like that. 3rd, Ragadvesha, they don't have likes and dislikes about action. Whatever is to be done, they do it. Afala Prepsuna, they don't have attachment to the results of the action. These are the actions which are Satvikam. So you can easily imagine what could be the Rajasic action, because now we have got the whole kind of framework on which everything is running. So yattu kamepsuna karma, the one who has desires for the actions, results of the action, sa ahankarena vapunaha, full of ego, I am the doer, because of me it is being done. If I was not there, you think this mission will go on? So these people are those who are full of ego. And kriyate bahulayasam, and they feel great burden in doing the action. The action feels like a burden. That action which is full of attachment and ego, that action which feels like a burden, those are tad rajasam udahritam, those are rajasic actions. That's why I say if you are doing with love, without ego, without doership, who cares whether somebody is watching and acknowledging? You do it out of the joy of doing. Your action is sattvic. But the moment you see, did anybody see I did this? Did anybody notice it? Did anybody acknowledge it? No, then you make efforts to make sure that everybody notices it. And if nobody notices it, you feel so terrible about it. All these rajasic people. And for them, action feels like a burden. So now go back and check which all things which feels like a burden to you, because you have likes and dislikes, you have preferences and hatreds. Therefore, this is happening to you. So those are all rajasic actions. Can we improve those actions? Of course, yes. That's why Krishna is teaching all these things. Then the 3rd type, anubandham kshayam himsam anapeksha cha paurusham mohat arabhyate karma yat tat tamasam uchyate. What are tamasic actions? Anubandham, they create bondage. They create bondage at the end. How you are bound? Bound by a habit, bound by a destiny, bound by the outcome. Something will happen. For example, you go and murder somebody. You are bound by police, by law, without thinking, in a rage. Or we have many people, road rage, vandalism. Why it happens? Because your ego is hurt, something happened, you instinctively went and hit somebody. Now, without thinking, now what will happen? You will be bound by this action. You will be put in a jail. Then, Shayam, destruction, they cause destruction, those actions. Weapons, wars, political fights, anything that causes destruction. And remember, all actions are at 3 levels, thought, word and deed. Don't forget that. At thought level, you can cause destruction. At word level, you can cause destruction. At deed level, you can cause destruction. So this is also, remember. Himsa, violence, it leads to violence. You speak a wrong word, it leads to violence or not? It does. In ahimsa, we have heard, even thought can be violent thought. 81 types of ahimsas we can practice. So that is what it says. And anapeksha, they don't think of the results, the outcome. What is going to happen? What are the consequences? They don't have purva tapa. They do it off and then they start worrying. So anapeksha. Then paurusham. Paurusham means rashness or rudeness, ego, haughtiness. And they make rash decisions because they're driven so compulsively by their instincts. They cannot think. They just do it and do it wrong, do it rude, do it rash. And sometimes their paurusham also means overconfidence, superiority. I know I can do it. But when they actually start doing, they can't do it. They don't have the capacity. But some people think too much of themselves. I am so intelligent, I am so brave, I am so capable. But they are not. Wrong understanding, overconfidence. Mohat arabhyate karma. And all their actions start from moha, this kind of delusion. What delusion? That I know everything, I am confident, I am capable. They're not capable. Even if somebody says, don't do this, you will not be able to do it. They take up those things and mess it up halfway. And then leave it for others to mop up the mess. These are the people overconfident, rude, rash, violent, causing destruction, getting into bondage, and not able to think about the consequences. These are the people who get into such kind of problems. So these are the karma of 3 types which can be improved. Now you think if ever you have made instinctive decisions, impulsive decisions, ego decisions, and decisions beyond your capacity out of overconfidence or to show off somebody, you are in tamasic karma. That has to be improved. Rajasic karmas are those where you felt it's a burden because it's born out of some desire. But you don't like it, you have preferences for things. These are rajasic karmas. And sattvic karmas are those where you have no preferences, liking, no attachment, no ego. And you do it because it's a part of your duty or part of your job. These are the second karma. Shall we finish the third one also? Then we'll close for today. So that this logically it stays in our head, right? Mukta sango anahamvadi dhrityu utsaha samanvitaha siddha asiddhayo nirvikara karta satvik uchyate. Jnanam we remember. Now karma also we know 3 types of karma. Now karta, the doer. How does the doer feel? Satvik doer is mukta sangaha. he is free from attachment. Same qualities. If I am doing things for the sake of doing, not because I'm attached to it. Some people know, for the children, just because they've given birth, they've given education, they expect the child to do everything as they want. They don't give any freedom. I've done so much for you, you have to do this for me. They're attached. Whatever they do also, it's out of attachment, not out of duty. A parent should raise the child as a part of its duty. But the parent throws weight and tantrums and demands. Why? Because he thinks, this is my child, I sacrifice so much for you, you have to listen to me. You have to take this course, you have to do these studies, you have to do. Whether child is happy or unhappy, this is not their concern. That is a Sangha. But Sattvic people are Mukta Sangha. Whatever my child thinks is likes, let him do, let her be happy, let him be happy. Of course, if they choose wrong things which will lead to ultimate misery, they will come and stop you also. But they will not do it out of attachment or possessiveness. They do it out of the part of their duty as a good parenting or a good teacher or good whatever. Then, anahamvadi, they have no ahankara. Not me, not me. Always they tell anaham. Anaham means naham, I have not done it. If you try to give them credit also, they'll say, no, it's all God who has done. Once two people came, the prasadam was very good that day. So I told today's prasadam was so good. First said, I've been cooking this for 20 years, we got this ingredient from there. Today, the right time, right amount of water, salt. Other people, this is God's prasadam, we made for God, so it has to be good. If he had made for our family, it might not have turned out to be good. But we did with love. Same prasadam, same cooking, two different attitudes. One is ahamvadi, other is nahamvadi. So that's why he said naham. Yada naham tada moksha. Yada aham bandhanas tada, says Ashtavakra. Wherever you have the aham bhava, you get caught. Wherever you have naham bhava, you are free. If good food comes out, God's grace. Bad comes out, we tried our best. This is all you can do. Leave it at that. So this is the idea. Hanuman, when he went to Lanka and did all this Ashoka Vatika damage and everything and came back, everybody was praising. Hanuman jumped across and came back with the news. Rama said, how did you do it? How was it possible for you? Hanuman says, Rama, it was not I who did it. You did it. You did it through me. That was the attitude of Hanuman. That's why Hanuman became what he became. Others, what I have done for you? I have done this, then give a full list and then expect acknowledgements. So these people are anahamvadi, they are self-effacing, egoless, humble. Dhriti, but does it mean that they lose enthusiasm for doing whatever they are doing? No. Utsaham, they have utsaham, they have enthusiasm to do. So what, I will not get the credit for it. So what, I will not get acknowledgement. I don't want in the first place. I will still do with great enthusiasm and energy. Not like, just because it's not my job and I will not do it properly. No, they will do it properly. As good as what they would do otherwise also. And dhriti, with determination. They won't give up halfway through if challenges come, difficulties come. These are the sattvic doers. Don't give up. That's what they say. Uttishtata, jagrata and all that. Siddha, siddhayo nirvikara. They are not affected by these vagaries of success and failures. They'll do it because they are supposed to do. They have to do it well to the best of their abilities with all enthusiasm and determination and without any ego. And whatever comes out of it, they're okay with it. They are not demanding anything. These are sattvika kartas, doers who are sattvic. Instrumentation is their way. Remember Krishna says, Nimitta matram bhavasavi sachin. Become an instrument and do what you are doing. These are the people who think I'm an instrument. How can I take pride in whatever we have achieved? Or how can I go into depression because it couldn't be achieved? Many people in our institutions, they don't have the pride side of the problem, but they're depression side of the problem. Pride they don't take. They always say, Swami, you did it. But something goes wrong, they get into depression. Oh, I did this. I could not live up to Swami's expectation. Oh, I have done this. I tell them, did you do it on purpose? No, right? Leave it at that. If there is a lesson, let us sit down, analyze, improve from here. Karta can be improved, karma can be improved, jnanam can be improved. Let us improve. That's why I say there are no mistakes in life. There are only lessons. Learn a lesson from a mistake. Don't get into depression. Even depression and negative thinking is also a sort of ego in another form. In fact, dangerous ego. So in our institution, it's very easy for people to give up the good things. Bad things in the sense what went wrong without you are wanting to make it wrong. Should be able to detach yourself from that also. Especially in hospitals, I see. One patient, children are there, surgeries happen, some children don't survive. So we are very good at our mortality and morbidity is very, very low, world standards. But still, sometimes, so they get into depression. I tell, don't get into depression. You tried your best. Anyway, the child was rejected by every hospital. Anyway, the child could not have gone to any hospital and paid the money for the operation. Anyway, nobody could have promised him success. We at least tried. We at least tried our best. If it was not destined, leave it at that. If you have made a mistake genuinely out of carelessness and casual, this thing, because of which some accident has happened, Please take note of it. Don't get into depression, because this should not stop you from doing more good that you can do tomorrow. But go back and improve yourself, because karta can be improved, jnana can be improved, karma can be improved. See how practical Bhagavad Gita is. Can there be a more practical text? I wonder. Second type of is Rajasi. Ragi karma phalap lubdho himsatmako ashuchihi. They are ragi, they are attached to whatever they are doing. Only if they like, they want, they will do, otherwise they won't do. Tell them any number of times how important it is, they are not going to do. They don't care. Then karma phala prepsu, because they expect the results in a certain way. Then lubdho, they are very greedy. For their greed, they can destroy anybody. When they want to do something out of greed, no end to their greed. There are plenty of examples in the world outside. Then himsatmaka, they are violent. They can destroy, damage anybody's reputation, name, fame, property, work, life itself, for the sake of their greed. These are also type of doers. That is also an action, right? So every action has a doer. These are the Rajasi doers. Ashuchihi, they're unclean in their thoughts, words and actions. They use bad words, they think wrong thoughts, they do wrong actions. These are the Rajasi people. Harsha shoka anvitaha, they are naturally embraced by harsha and shoka, happiness and sorrow. Naturally, because if something doesn't go their way, they are very angry. They'll ruin the happiness of everybody around. And something goes right their way, they'll be so excited, they'll throw a party. They get excited and depressed very quickly. And Rajasa Parikirtita, these are the people who are Rajasic people. You can think of many examples. I'm sure you would have come across in your family, in your communities, in the country, in the world. Plenty of them who are very Rajasic. They do it only because they're greedy. They appear that they are doing it out of love and affection and devotion, but they are very greedy and attached. They can damage you if you don't give them what they want. So don't take favors from such people, If you take help from such people, they will take the leg and arm, as they say. They will not leave you in peace. The politicians are like that. They do a little favor and demand a lot. That is why you should be very careful whom you take from, what you take, who is the doer of the actions. So these mood swings and all are very common. So if you have too many mood swings during your activities, there is Rajasi nature inside. You are not steady. Third one, this is the last shloka for today. Ayukta prakrita stabdha shatho naishkritiko alasaha. Who is the one? Ayukta. He is not capable, not suitable, very unsteady. Such a person. Prakritaha, uncultured. He doesn't know how to behave, how to talk, how to speak, how to work. Does messy job, dirty job, improper job, imperfect job. Out of why? Casualness, carelessness, that's all. Or ignorance. Tabdaha, very rude, obstinate, very, stubborn. Even if you tell that you are doing it wrong, do it properly. Who are you to tell me? They don't want to learn and improve. Then, shato. Shato means deceitful. He can cheat, he can lie. He might not have done the work, but he'll tell it's done. Or he'll tell, it's being done. Not doing at all, but he'll tell. They'll keep postponing. Kabir Das says, Kaal kare so aaj kare so ab, pal mein parlay hoegi, bahui karega kab. When will you do? What you have to do tomorrow, do it today. What you do today, do it now. Because you don't know what is happening next moment, you are there or not. Finish it as if now. Lazy people, what is there to do today? Let us do it tomorrow. Tomorrow's we'll do day after. Anyway, we are going to live long. Why you are? So this is the lazy people's attitude. They keep postponing. So imagine if you are postponing any activity, not bad activity, good activity, then you know that you are, which category this is? You all are awake, tamasi category. And then alasaha, lazy people, they won't move from their place. I've seen a lot of people like that. Even students, very lazy. When it comes to what they like, they'll go any amount of work they'll do. What they don't like, they're so lazy, they can't be made to work at all. Vishadi, this is another quality. Vishadi means they keep finding fault with everybody. They don't do anything. If anybody does also, they'll find faults in it. Why are you not doing properly? Do it like this. Why don't you come and do it? No, I will not do it. You do it. They're here to advise everybody. And find fault with everything, negative in everything. Whoever is doing also, they'll find negative. And make them also get depressed. There are people like this. Find in your own class, many people will be there like this. They won't do any good thing. They are lazy, indolent, stubborn, egoistic. But anybody is trying to do it also, they'll try to pull their leg down. Say, you also don't do it. Why? Peer pressure will come. If you study well and you get good marks, teacher will ask me, why, how come your classmate has got good marks? Why you didn't get good marks? How will I tell that I am lazy and I am not interested? So all kinds of, they pull everybody down along with, and they'll find faults with everybody. They can't see positive. They only see negative in everybody and everything. That is the kind of people. They find fault with everybody. They find everything is negative, everything is sad, everything is bad. They're like that, very depressing. Dirgha Sutri. What are Dirgha Sutri? These are procrastinating, like I said. Naishkrita was insulting others and procrastinating, Dirgha Sutri. All these things they will do later and things like that. And these are the tamasi people who do their actions in a tamasic way. Now Krishna says that these are the various things can be improved. Karta, karma and jnana. These can be improved, so please work on your improving these things. Don't postpone things. Don't do it off ego. Don't find faults with others. Do it without attachment. Do it with selfless love. Do it out of the sense of duty. It's a part of your duty, so you should do it, not for any praise. Don't worry about the results. Do it as an offering to God. All these we know. In fact, we all do it. Most of the time we do it. 99% we do it. Why? Because the environment is such, the situations are such. No, all the other things have been taken care of. Daivam have been taken care of. Adhishtanam have been taken care of. Karnam have been taken care of. All the other karta part you can take care of. Jnanam part you can take care of. And karma part you can take care of. So this is in your hands. Krishna can only tell you so much. He can't take you further. But going forward, he tells that apart from this, you need buddhi, discriminating intellect, and dhriti, determination to do it. Ability, nobility, remember? A nobility to understand what to do, what not to do, and ability to go and do it. Willpower should be there. So about that, he is going to talk tomorrow. And let me tell you, both of them have another three types. So this is how Krishna goes on detailing. I'm taking a lot of time because we have only 2 days left. I must finish this, and I thought I can skip a few shlokas, but I found it so important. Did you realize the importance of these shlokas? Did you see how practical they are? Did you see you can go and analyze for yourself where the fault lies? Where the fault lies? Is it in the performing of the action? Is it in the doership in it? Is it the wrong understanding of the action? Is it the situations in which you are right now? Is it the very idea of doing it driven by desires? Where the fault is in you? Why you are not happy at the end of the day? Why you are not delighted by doing what you are doing? Why you feel it is a burden? Ask yourself. Why you are not equanimous at the end of the action? Why there is fluctuations? Why there is restlessness? Why there is unhappiness? Ask yourself where the fault is and improve that. The path is very simple. Go towards the sattvic side. Rise from the tamasic, rajasic and go towards the sattvic side. And your life will improve. Once you improve, society improves because you are the most important member of the society. Society will become better, country will become, world will become better. So karma, because it's karmanu bandhini manushaloke, we are bound by karmas to this world. That's why despite 18th chapter being the summary, these are 28 shlokas and still to go, few more shlokas, it's all about karma. The right way of doing action. That's why I said Bhagavad Gita's essence is karma. Do your duty correctly with the right attitude, right understanding, right knowledge. And that's why so much of detailing. Tomorrow we will study about buddhi, jnanam, and after that there are some other philosophical aspects of which we have already studied before. And then finally the conclusion which you were already chanting, that how thrilled Sanjaya was to have heard this directly from the mouth of the Lord. Not from some second-hand commentary, not by reading after 5,000 years, not by listening to somebody who doesn't understand things, but from God. That singular privilege of listening to that supreme consciousness was of Arjuna's, and now it is yours. Never forget the opportunity and the blessing that has come our way.